Welcome to Off the Record with Sharon Stewart, featuring the best in local rock and the stories behind the sound. Let's go Off the Record.
Welcome to Off the Record, the podcast that shines a spotlight on local and upcoming bands making waves in the music scene. I'm Sharon, and this is your backstage pass to discover new talent, hear incredible stories, and connect with the heart of our local music community. So let's dive in. Let me introduce you to my guest today on Off the Record. It's Billy Davis from DuBois, Pennsylvania.
Hey.
Yeah, you are from DuBois, right?
I'm from DuBois. I live in Clearfield now.
Okay.
Born and raised, and now I live in Clearfield. I've been there for about the last 12 or 13 years so far.
Okay, awesome. So Billy Davis is here with us on Off the Record to talk about his new debut album.
Yeah.
41.
41.
It's a pretty emotional and personal album for you, right?
Yeah.
So let's start with the title. Why 41?
So 41 just kind of hit me about 8 months ago or something like that. I'm trying to figure out the name of the title for the song, and it's been a culmination of my entire life. And I've been putting this whole thing off. No matter how far I get off track with music and just kind of get lost in everything, I always come back to it. And I've always wanted to do original music. So I thought, you know what? I'm 41 years old. It's time to get this done. I'm just going to do it. So the concept behind the album name obviously was I'm 41 and it doesn't matter how old you are, right? And the if you get a chance to see the cover art for the album, the actual album cover, it's a faded clock with the number 41 in the center. And basically it's just a representation of, for me, it's 41 o'clock and time is ticking, but it's never too late to really chase what you care about, what you dream about. And at the same time, the clock's fading. So someday it will be too late. Yeah. So I'm hoping to just kind of light a fire for myself and anybody else who might resonate with.
I get that because I've always been a late bloomer myself.
Yeah. I think they call that a procrastinator, right?
Something like
That's
that.
That's what I am, for sure.
But I kind of feel like life, actually gets good in your mid-30s and 40s. You know what I mean?
I would agree.
All that party stuff in your 20s, it was fun, but the good stuff comes later.
My relationship with my wife has been all my 30s.
Oh, okay.
So, I have her to thank for a great decade there.
Yeah, awesome.
Hey, babe.
You touch on themes like faith, purpose, finding light in dark places. Was there a song that was especially personal or challenging to finish for you? It's kind of hard to talk about stuff, isn't it?
It can be, and for me, my writing process started out young, and my train of thought was I want to write songs that people like, and that didn't really work. And it wasn't until about, 10 years ago, I changed my direction. I started writing songs that I cared about, and I wanted to find ways that I could express what was on my head, what was in my heart, and put it out there. And I really found my sound doing that. Mm-hmm. And my hope is that people that do listen to it can relate on some level. I imagine we all carry the same burdens in some way or the other. There's a weight that we all have to carry through this life. And my songwriting is basically kind of a chronicling of how the perception changes through time as that weight bears down on us over the years.
Mm-hmm. Just recently, you shared another song with me.
Little Girl Running. Yeah.
And a lot of times we listen to songs and, we really don't know what they're about, but they turn into something about us. So, that was one song that kind of
I'm glad you mentioned that. That point exactly. I try to be as abstract as possible. Don't get me wrong, some of my songs are pretty much on the nose. They tell you what the song is about. Uh-huh. But I like to kind of leave it open to interpretation because, honest to goodness, over time, a song that I wrote 15 years ago meant one thing to me, but now it means something different, So I want to leave that open to interpretation, not just for myself, but for everybody who would listen.
Right. You want to tell us what that song's about?
Well, I can give you kind of a background, a gist
how you came up with it.
Yeah, what inspired that song was some girls that I knew at a young age, good friends of mine that were experiencing trauma, and they didn't know how to process it. And instead of facing it, they started leaning away from the things that were probably going to save them. And they started kind of creating this new made up purpose of their lives, and they lean into it. Mm-hmm. And you can say it was drugs. You could say it was alcohol. You could say it was a cult. It wasn't those things, but you lean into something that helps you forget the pain. And eventually they became lost in it. The hope was they would eventually realize the falseness in what they were seeing and come back home. And they didn't. They were just trying to run from that pain. So that's what inspired that.
That's why that's universal, Pain is universal.
Absolutely.
That's why, we can turn it into however we can relate to it. That's a great song, by the way.
Thank you.
Good stuff. So let's talk about the studio. Now, you mentioned to me working with Adam Bell has been incredible for you.
Absolute blessing. I was recording a couple of my tunes here and there with another producer, great guy, but the vibe just kind of wasn't there. And I had heard a friend of mine, can I name drop here?
Yeah,
local
sure.
people? Brandon Guffrey. He's a local music legend around these parts. I saw a clip of him on Facebook where he was looking at the radio as one of his songs were playing. And I thought, dude, that's so cool. I'm so proud of you. So happy, But I'm like, that sounds really good though, too. Who's his producer? And so I and my wife had also suggested Adam as well. So I made a call, I reached out, I showed up at Adam's with a guitar and I played one of my songs and it just clicked. And, Adam has an ear like nobody I know. And he's not afraid to kind of push you to make you sound better and be better. And, him and I come from very similar belief structures, I would say, being Christians as well. That's a huge part of it. And our musical direction, we just vibes.
Yeah.
So working with him has been absolutely awesome.
Is he local?
He's in, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
you wouldn't believe it from the sound of the album. You're like, this was done here?
I know. I thought you probably went to Pittsburgh or something.
No. He's in Kerwinsville.
Okay.
And actually, he's always looking for new talent. And he's happy to help anybody who's really chasing a dream. If you guys or anybody out there looking for somebody to help you create your album or your dream, he's the guy. You can find him on onthemendmusic.com. And on Facebook, it's On the Mend Music. I know he'd love to hear from you guys.
That's awesome. So you don't have a full band yet, right?
No.
So how do you create the backup band then?
So good question. I was going to ask you that. So all of my songs that I wrote just on an acoustic guitar, and I imadined the filling parts.
Right.
I imagined the electric and not all of it though. So when I went to Adam with an acoustic guitar and a dream, we decided to do this, but we needed full sound. So we were very fortunate enough to have some insanely talented local musicians come in and make this happen. And it was a collaborative effort, really. And we all found the right direction. We had some speed bumps along the way, but that's
normal,
expected, right?
Right.
But I had, if you don't mind, I'd love to.
Sure, yeah. Shout out to your band.
So Adam, of course, Adam Bell, he was the producer, sound engineer, but he also played drums, played keys, one of the most talented, and he's an insane vocalist. He's wonderful.
Okay.
His son, Jonah Bell, probably the best overall rounded musician I've ever met. He's in his early 20s. He played electric guitar. He played saxophone. He played mandolin. I mean, he did all the things on the album. It was amazing. Brandon Guffrey, again, he came in. He played electric guitar on one of the songs. Calvin Walls, he played drums on half of the tunes. And then we have a common friend that who played the entire album on bass, Jason Sopic from Lone Crow Rebellion, who I believe you had on him had on a couple of times.
Yeah.
So I was very, very blessed. We got the full sound with those guys. And the question is, well, how do I do the backup band if I want to play out? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
I suppose anybody who's listening now,
you're hiring.
I'm looking, absolutely. And I'd love to hear from you guys. And, by the end of this, we'll have my ways to contact me if that's cool too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I kind of wondered if you had to use like the iTunes band app.
No.
Okay.
No.
Because, a lot of legit musicians use it.
Yep.
Even the strings in Take Me to Your Leader. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
So
it's very, well, no, to be fair, the strings on the Take Me to Your Leader were used with keys.
Yeah.
But that is the only digital instrument that sounds like another one on the whole album.
Yeah, but it's still.
It's cool, right?
Yeah. You're still playing it.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
So you got a couple big shows coming up?
Yes.
Okay, tell us about it.
So as far as what's going on a bigger scale rather than just little gigs here and there, August 16th, Delaney Toyota and DuBois, I'm sure anybody in this listening area knows Delaney Toyota. They're having a customer appreciation day from 3 p.m. until 9 p.m. I believe they've decided to call it the Delaney Auto of DuBois Summerfest. And what we're going to do is have food vendors, some drink vendors, and just really make it an overall really fun experience. Starting at 3 o'clock, we're going to have live musicians all the way through 9, starting with Lonnie Lee. And then Brandon Guffrey's a popular name today on this podcast.
He's going to be there too.
That's right. He'll be after Lonnie. And then I'll be after Brandon. And then closing out the set is an insanely talented and very popular cover band from the area called Good Juice.
Oh, okay. I've heard of them. Yes.
I'm sure a lot of people have heard of them. And we're very excited to have them come in and close the show out.
They're a party band.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, they have a lot of fun, and they make sure everyone who listens has a lot of fun, too.
All right. So what day is this Summerfest?
August 16th.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Saturday from 3 to 9.
Free, open to the public.
Yes. Or, 3 to 9 until the cops come and shut it down.
There we go.
So the next big event we have coming up is something myself, Adam Bell, and my good friend Eisen Lingenfelter from Blue Moon Media Marketing. He is actually helping me put together a festival in Clearfield that is going to be focused on a local original music only.
Okay.
I don't know another event like this. So that's going to be September 27th. It's a Saturday. I think we're starting at 11 or 1. I think we haven't decided which time we're going to start, but we're going to have a full lineup. We still haven't gotten everything nailed down, but the idea is to bring in local businesses, local vendors, local food and drink vendors. The concept is we want to support local original artists that don't have a platform, but we also want to bring together local businesses that people may not know are here.
Right.
And it's about community and connection. And, I'm thinking like pre-COVID, we kind of had a sense of that, but then the world has gone to hell in a handbasket since then, and there's all this tribalism and separation.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a gesture of, hey, remember when we used to care about each other?
Right.
Let's come together and remember that we have neighbors and we can connect. So that's the deal, or that's the plan for that day, September 27th. We're calling it the Original Music Festival.
Okay.
Just to have some fun with it.
Keep it simple, huh?
That's right.
Completely homegrown, though. I love all that, including the businesses. So.
Yes.
Great.
Yep. We're still looking for sponsors and still looking for acts as well. And we're hoping to have everything nailed down probably within the next month or so.
So if there's any bands out there listening right now and they want to get in on it, they can contact you, huh?
Yep. And this is so important too. Like we want to focus on these local bands, the original music that are actually hoping to really make a go of it. We're not looking for any bar gigs or bands like that, but people who really just looking for a platform, we want to hear from you.
Have you ever thought about going to, how it's all about instant fame, with The Voice and American Idol? Have you ever tried out for that? What do you think about that whole thing?
I mean, so I didn't want to try out for The Voice or American Idol or anything like that, but my wife and my mother-in-law have been begging me for years to do this. And I said, listen, I can carry a tune, sure, but I don't think I'm the best singer. I can't do those crazy runs. Right. But I said, I don't want to feel like, I don't care about being a better singer than somebody else. I just care about being able to sing and have songs that people like to hear.
Right.
So finally, after years of breaking down on me, I finally submitted and tried out for The Voice. And cool enough, I actually got a call back. And so went to the next stage. I had to submit some other songs. A couple weeks later, I got the email saying that we're not going to move you to the show. You automatically win. Oh, okay, cool. They just gave me the winning prize.
Really?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
They said they really appreciate the efforts, and they think I should just keep going. But hey, at least I did it.
Yeah.
Now I can get my wife and my mother-in-law off my back.
Your back,
so.
huh? How long ago was that?
It was just at the beginning of the year.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty recent.
Yeah. It was the step right before going to Los Angeles to meet the producers. But
okay.
Yeah, that's about as...
The thing about that, and you talk about not being able to do all the runs and having the best voice, but this is what I tell a lot of folks, because I get a lot of flack from, vocalists that we play on Mega Rock. They're not the greatest vocalists in the world, but it's the feeling that they give you when they sing. Like Bob Dylan, somebody wants to argue, Bob Dylan, but, he gives you, it's the feeling you get. It's not about vocals.
Right.
So.
Yep, absolutely. Don't get me wrong. Some of those people are insanely talented vocalists.
Yeah.
But I don't like their songs.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and it's a give or take.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, maybe that's something to consider too. Do the Clearfield, Jefferson, Clarion County's Got Talent thing. I think we've already done that, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm so glad you came in and has been a part of this podcast. So, what do you want to say to someone out there who's, sitting on a dream, wondering if it's too late? Maybe they're pushing 40.
Honestly, that's a great question. Just reference what I said earlier about my album cover, the name of the album. It's like, listen, time is running out. Mm-hmm. Quit sitting and start doing. I sat for a long time, and I finally decided to just go for it. And whether this music takes off, whether it becomes a thing or not, is separate from the fact that I finally did it. Mm-hmm. And I can rest easy. I can go to my grave knowing, hey, at least you did it.
No regrets.
That's right. And it's never too late until it is. That's all I can say. Mm-hmm. If you have a passion, if you have a dream, get off your butt and go for it. Who cares if you fall on your face? Mm-hmm. It's more important to fail than to not try. And anticipate being embarrassed, anticipate being anxious, anticipate all those negative emotions that you actually consider to be negative. They're all character building. They're all good. Uh-huh. They push you to be a stronger, better person, and just anticipate that. That way when they come, you're ready. Uh-huh. And just get off your butt and go do it. That's what I would say. And
shake off the mistakes. I do that every day here.
All the time. Yeah, I'm already regretting some of the things I said on this podcast, but you know what? We're moving forward.
Let them go, right?
That's right.
Right. So where can people find your new album, 41?
Great question. So 41 is not out yet. Okay. What I'm doing, it's called a slow release.
Okay.
From what I've learned, they say somebody like me who has no followers, no fan base, nothing like that, original music, you have to do a slow release, which is a one track at a time with little teaser clips of songs. So if you're already following me, you probably know, and you've rolled your eyes enough times because you've heard the same sound clip with slightly different videos over and over again. It's designed to kind of garner following, and then you drop the release of the full song.
That's how it's done now.
Yes. And so that's what I'm doing. The hope is to do a slow release for the first 5 or 6 songs, and then probably around July or so, depending on what kind of traction I've gotten, I'll drop the rest of the album.
Okay.
It's 12 tracks.
All right.
So,
do you do any covers? You ever do any covers on your social media?
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the things that got me started. So I couldn't really play any of my originals on social media because it was all like, got to do a slow release.
Yeah.
Don't give it all away or whatever. I hate that, by the way. But so, yeah, I do covers all the time. We play bar gigs around town, and
who do you cover?
Private Party. Boy, Counting Crows, Creed.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's very eclectic.
Yeah.
Live.
Wow.
Shine Down. You know, I do all kinds of stuff, and we have a lot of fun with it. But as far as like when I play the bar gigs, I sneak in 1 or 2 originals here and there.
Right.
But,
yeah.
You know, you got to play the covers locally because that's what people
They
know.
want to sing along.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you spoon feed them your original stuff.
That's right.
It's good stuff, though.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding you either. Yeah.
I appreciate
it's very good. So Take Me to Your Leader. We're going to close out with that song. So very cool song, by the way.
Thank you.
And I did hear, oh gosh, there was an influence that I can't think of who I heard in the song, but I thought I picked up on an influence. Now I can't remember the band, but tell us about the song, Take Me to Your Leader.
So Take Me to Your Leader is inspired by a handful of emotions: anger, frustration, disappointment, fear. And it's a culmination of what the last, let's say, 8 years or so have been. 8 to 10 years. Just the the way that the world, especially in the last 5 years, the way the world took a huge left turn and reason kind of went out the window. Truth started getting buried for replacing of, I'm not one of those guys, but feelings were taking precedence and things were like reason was getting lost in this world, and tribalism and such political divide and more racism than I've ever seen my whole life, more division, identity politics, all these things. And it feels like what it's been is an intentional act by some forces, some powers that be, that are trying to divide us. And they're giving us all these polarizing options, and there's no in the middle. There used to be a time where when you disagreed, it didn't mean you agreed with the other side. It just means you didn't quite agree. Now it's, if you're not with me, you're against me.
It's us and them. Yeah.
And so the concept of the song is I feel like an alien in my own world, in my own home. I woke up one day and it all had changed, right? Lyrics from the song. And the old saying from the old alien movies, when the aliens come down, they say, "Take me to your leader."
Yeah.
Because they want to meet who's in charge of all of this. So the song was an attempt to personify these forces that be, whether it's evil, malevolent forces, behind the scenes, human beings. Overall, I feel like it's a power, and it's not a person, it's not a people. So it's an attempt to personify it and bring it into the light to hold it accountable, and that's what that's about.
Great song.
Yeah,
so we're going to roll out with "Take Me to Your Leader" from Billy Davis. So before we close the podcast, so where can we find you? Give all your details right here, right now.
Yes. So I have a website that my wife and I are doing our best to make it work. It's billydavisoriginals.com. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. It's billydavis.originals. Make sure you put that dot in there.
Yeah.
And what I'll tell you is, if you look me up on Spotify or Amazon or iTunes, you're better off searching for the song title rather than my name, because it turns out Billy Davis is a pretty damn common name.
Exactly.
There's like 400 of them. So until I get a little more popularity on the streaming services, when people search me, I won't show up immediately.
Yeah.
So you'll want to search by song title to find me.
Okay. All right. We can find you, though, at Delaney, too, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's your day job for now, huh?
I'm working part-time at Delaney Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. If you're looking for a heck of a deal, come and find me. We'll make it happen.
Okay.
Sure.
Well,
Can't believe I just plugged my job.
Hey.
Why not? Delaney's a great place. So is the owner.
Looking forward to that Summerfest.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for coming in. We're going to roll out "Take Me to Your Leader" by Billy Davis.
Thanks for having me, Sharon.
And thank you so much. Absolutely. You rock.
That's it for this episode of Off the Record. Thanks for supporting local music and the amazing bands making it happen right here in our area. Now, if you're in a local or upcoming band and want to be a part of the show, shoot me an email at sharon@sevenmountainsmedia.com. Until next time, keep playing, keep creating, and keep the rock music alive. Gonna let Billy Davis take us out with "Take Me to Your Leader" on Off the Record.
I'm just an alien from down the street, lost in a world that used to be different, but still a home